Hello and welcome to HighCalibre TV, your source for figure and model updates every Wednesday and Friday. So today on Figure Friday I'm going to be doing an old school unboxing of this Alpine Kurt Meyer in early war, and what it's going to transition into is a more general overall build up of the figure as I finish him up. So let's get down to it basically, yeah. The one thing I want to mention that I've found about owning an online hobby shop and running it, and shopping online in general, is that you don't get that old school brick and mortar hobby shop smell that every hobby shop seems to have. Like, it smells like old stock and cardboard and sort of musty, and there's always a vague cigarette smell in the air. I don't know why, because most of the people don't seem to be smoking, but yeah. And you don't get that with an online hobby shop. But the reason I'm bringing this up is that you do get that fresh figure smell when you open up one of these 16 scale guys, because they are sealed in. And that's one thing I've always loved about getting new kits, is that they smell like new kits, like a new car. So here you go. This is how the figure looks when he comes. They're really, really solidly packed. This is the primary piece. I'm gonna just open it up and give you guys a closer look. And this is pretty standard for a 16 scale figure, that they come in a main chunk that's cast, and then you get the legs. Occasionally it'll come with that as a separate piece. I mean, different figures will. This figure is always going to be cast like this, but the two arms can be separate. In this case, they've opted to have the left arm cast on the coat as just a solid piece, which I really like, because not only does it, you know, simplify construction, but it also makes it so that it's just seamless, literally, and that's always a good thing. So as you can see, he's got the Iron Cross there, rank bars on his greatcoat, just beautiful detail. You might want to thin this down if you're anal retentive about things like that, which I'm not, so I'm not going to be messing around with that, but yeah, beautiful detail. I'm really looking forward to this. Second bag, this is the two heads, his right arm. I want to take a moment to talk about the head options. I think I've mentioned this in another video where I just did a general talk about this figure, but he comes with two head options, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in the photograph that this figure is based off of, I don't know if it's Kurt Meyer, but the officer in the greatcoat who's waving is wearing an officer's cap. He's not wearing the forage field cap, so this one's the one that I'm going to be opting to use. Obviously, they're both fantastic heads, and I really love the idea of this officer wearing motorcycle glasses. I think that's really, really cool, but I'm probably definitely going to be using this option. And the final bag comes with the Model 98 carbine. Let's see if I can get this. And some of the other little details. As you can see, I love Model 98s, Car 98s. I think they're some of the coolest looking weapons ever, and so I really like that this figure comes with one. Instead of something like a SDG or an MP40, he's got a Car 98, which is just so cool. Hand is molded onto the weapon, which again makes it seamless, and you don't have any of that awkwardness when you've got gaps in between the weapon and the hand, which I find, I mean, you can handle it, but hands are one thing that you really have to be confident with your sculpting to be able to remodel. Binoculars, and here's the sling. It comes as a resin piece, so if you're opting to put it on, you are going to have to bend it, which isn't a problem. I'll probably be doing a video on that for this figure. You just boil it and then shape it the way you want while it's still malleable. Let it dry. So that's him, Kurt Meyer in 41. I'm really, really excited about this figure. Be sure to check us out in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing more builds of this guy from this point to when he's finished, so you can see the progression. And I'll be discussing things like how to bring out the color of his scarf and make that contrast the green on his coat and make it liven up the figure a little bit more. Yeah, I'm really excited about this figure, if you can't tell. Yeah. So thanks very much for watching. Be sure to check us out at HighCalibre I'll put the link in the description below. As always, we're an online hobby shop, so you can get this figure and many, many more like him. A lot of 1/16 scale stuff, a lot of, well, primarily 35th scale, but it's all resin. Always beautiful. It's high caliber. We only get things that are high quality. And if you have any questions, be sure to contact me at my personal email address. Follow us on Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter for stock updates and a lot of workbench stuff. I'm getting a bit more diligent about putting up things on the workbench. Typically, when I'm working on the workbench, I just blow through things and focus on working on them instead of focus on documenting them. So I'm getting better at that. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time.